Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be having a look at the Motorola RAZR 60 Ultra. So this has just come out a few weeks ago. I've been using it for about 3 or 4 weeks now as my main phone to test out the real world use as always. And I've got some thoughts on this product that I'd like to share with you, and mostly positive. And so let's get into the review and find out, is this a phone that you should consider? And is it one that you should buy after 4 weeks of real world use? So I picked up the Motorola RAZR 60 Ultra, as I say, 4 weeks ago, and I've been using it ever since. And I picked it up in mountain trail colour with the wood finish on the back. So I really wanted to try out the wood finish because I heard really good things about this when it was launched. It is also available in 3 other colours, so it's available in all Pantone colours. As Motorola like to partner with Pantone to get the colour scheme. They're quite quirky fashion accessories they market their phones as, and some people will like that, some people won't. So it comes in scarab, which is like a grey, like vegan leather back, Pantone Cabaret, which is a very bright pink, and a Rio red, so the wood finish. So none of the colours are that subtle, they're all very much standout colours and design. Some people will like that, some people won't. I personally do think the design is for a unique taste. It's not necessarily my taste, but actually after using the phone for 4 weeks, I've actually kind of got used to the design and I quite like the quirkiness of it now. So in the box, you get an included case, which is a very good quality case. It's made from vegan leather. It's also got like a handle on the back of it, which also can be used as a kickstand. So the case for me, it just wasn't for me. It had the handle on the back of it, which is meant to be like a mini handbag, did not really fit in with my sort of fashion profile, so I didn't find it particularly useful, but I can see why some people would like it. It comes as the same case comes with all the phones in different colours. Mine came with like a brown vegan leather one, which would obviously match the phone, but I just swapped it for a nice clear case here, which I use daily. And I've also ordered another case that's coming from another company, which has a kickstand, which I'm keen to try out, because cases are quite hard to find for this phone, I found. So great that Motorola included in a case like in the box, because the case is probably about 20 or 30 quid if you had to buy it separately, so that's nice to have. I also got a free pair of Moto Buds Plus, which are made by Bose and offer really, really good performance. They are astonishingly sound quality for £129, even if you have to buy them, so to get them free was really, really nice. Motorola are also offering a deal at the moment where you get free screen damage protection for a year if you buy the phone directly from them. So let's go over the design. So the design of this phone is typical Motorola RAZR family design. So this is the Ultra version. They also do it in the normal version, the non-Ultra version, which has a smaller front display and a slightly lower downgraded CPU, etc. like that, a few other spec differences. But we're looking at the Ultra today, so we're going to stick with the Ultra. So the Ultra is, design-wise, is beautifully made. It has an aluminium finish around the front, around the side. The hinge is aluminium as well, and also inside it, it's got various different components to strengthen it. It's got lots of claims by Motorola about its strength and its durability. It's also IP48 rated, so it's got dust resistance this time, water resistance, which is really nice to have on a foldable phone, because I've not seen this yet on any folding device with a bit of dust resistance. So it's just a bit of reassurance that if you do get a bit of dust in there, it's going to withstand. I probably wouldn't drop it in sand still, but it's probably going to withstand a bit of light dust like you might pick up in your pocket and stuff, which is always a concern with foldable phones I have. And it's one reason why I've always been hesitant to use a foldable as my main device. And then obviously you open it up and you've got a beautiful 7-inch OLED AM OLED panel, which is 120 Hz refresh rate, calibrated by Pantone. So it's got lots and lots of calibration features on it. You can go into the settings, play around with the colors on the panel, and it looks great. I think it's a fantastic foldable OLED panel. It's really well calibrated. The colors are really natural. They're not overbearing. Some panels can be too vibrant. This is not. It's just a really nice panel. Then the front display, which is covered by Gorilla Glass ceramic guard, so it's the latest version of their glass. It's the toughest glass they offer, so it's got ceramic coating in it, so it should be really, really scratch resistant, probably like up to level 7 or 8 hardness on the hardness scale, so looking at sort of nearly sapphire glass levels of scratch resistance, or they still do recommend using a screen protector. I've not used a screen protector on mine for 4 weeks now, and I've not had any issues with it, but I'm still a little bit nervous about it. And then you've got the 2 camera modules down here, which have been upgraded this year as well, which we'll get into later on. So the screen is a really nice big 4-inch front display, so it's high resolution, again, ultra high resolution AM OLED display, really, really bright, up to about 3000 nits, the same as the display inside the phone, more or less. So you can see it in bright sunlight. It's really customizable. It's one of the best front displays on a foldable phone I've used, because you can customize it to put any app on the front you want, which is really, really useful. So as set on the back, then you've got a nice wood effect finish, which is it just feels really high quality and really well made. So design-wise on this, I've got no concerns whatsoever. Motorola really hit the nail on the head. It feels really premium for the price, which is £1,099. So it is a very high-end device, but it does fit the design, and the build quality feels like a premium device. So now we've gone over the design, let's have a quick look at the specifications. So this year, Motorola have gone all out on the specifications on the Motorola RAZR 60 Ultra. So they've thrown in the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the high-end CPU, as we all know, found in all top-end Android smartphones. It's also got 512 gigabytes of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM. So it's ultra-fast storage and ultra-fast RAM as well. So DDR5 X times and USUDS4 4 times storage. So it's really quick on both sides of things. So as you would expect, the phone is an absolute beast. It flies through things really well. The only issue I've noticed is it does get quite warm. So I think the Snapdragon CPU is in just below the screen up here, because when you run it really hard, like on a game or doing 4K 120, it will start to heat up quite a lot up here. So that's just one thing I've noticed so far. It's not really a negative side of things, just something to bear in mind. It does get pretty hot when I've been using it out and about in the real world. So just something to bear in mind. Performance is top notch. Games run smoothly and perfectly. You can run something like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, full resolution as you would expect on the Snapdragon GPU, and it doesn't even flinch. And it's got that 16 gigabytes of RAM to back it up with as well. There is a rumour they're bringing out a terabyte version on soon, but I've not seen anything about this yet. So I'll let you know as soon as I know anything about it. So also on specification wise, you've got super fast charging at 68 watts. So this is one of the fastest charging foldable phones you can buy on the market at the moment. I think Motorola claim it's the fastest one on the market. So you can charge up, so it's roughly 8 minutes will give you 40 minutes of power. So that's how fast it can charge. It doesn't come with a charger in the box though, so you will need to find a high speed 68 watt charger to go with it if you haven't already got one. It's also got slow speed wireless charging, which is really nice to have, because I just put it on my wireless charger on my desk and it connects and just charges up as I work, which is nice. So the battery is 4,700 milliamps, which will last you, it should last you a day. So it's quite a small battery. So foldables tend to have smaller batteries, and that's just the nature of it, unfortunately. It does start, you do notice it in the real world use. So I took it, out and about for a day. Sometimes I will find myself having to charge this in the evening or early in the afternoon if I use the camera a lot or run games on it, because the battery does drain quite quickly. So you're driving 2 screens on it, 2 high resolution, high nit rating screens, a Snapdragon 8 Elite CPU. It's got a lot of power sucking devices and stuff in it that will drain the battery really quick. So if you do use the features on it, it will drain quite quickly. So it's just something to bear in mind. But then you have got the fast charging, so it charges so fast it actually doesn't matter. So Motorola have kind of negated the battery side of things by adding the fast charging, which is really nice to have. So then you've got Dolby Atmos support as well, as Motorola always like to throw in. So if you're watching I don't know if you're watching a film with Dolby Atmos, it's actually quite immersive on the built-in stereo speakers. And if you've got the Bose Moto Buds that have kind of been included on most of these products, then you get the full Dolby Atmos spatial audio experience on the headphones as well, and it works. It sounds really good, and high-res audio as well. So Motorola have not left anything out of the specification that I can think of on a typical high-end flagship smartphone. So I did say the refresh rate was 120 Hz. It's actually 165 Hz actually on the internal panel, which is really nice. So that's why it feels so silky smooth, and honestly, it never lags. And you can set the refresh rate. You can change how you want it, so you can have it on low, auto, or really high. I always leave it on high because I love to have that silky smooth playback, but then you do get slightly lower battery life if you do that. So now I've been over specifications, let's have a look at, well, I just mentioned the IP rating again. So IP45 rating, so it really does withstand a good sort of drop in the water or a bit of a splash, but I wouldn't chuck it in the water. But if you do it, it should survive, which is different to other foldables on the market. For example, the Xiaomi Flip doesn't have any IP rating. Samsung's phones have less IP rating, so this is really nice to have. You've also got things like HDR support, Dolby Vision on the internal display. The internal display, as I mentioned, is a 7-inch beautiful OLED panel with 165 Hz refresh rate, and you've got the camera there. So let's have a look at the camera features now on this phone. 3 50 megapixel cameras, that's really nice to have. You've got a selfie camera at 50 megapixels, which is actually quite decent, offers decent video calls and selfies, but with it being a flip, of course, you can use the main cameras to take selfies on the front screen, which is a really nice feature, and I use that quite a lot. So the main camera is a 50 megapixel camera. It does have, it's not a massive sensor, but it isn't too bad for a flip phone. It's actually been calibrated by Panattoni as well, so it's got really good colors. Then you've got a 50 megapixel ultra wide as well, which is got even smaller sensor. So that is actually, it's not bad. All the cameras give quite a good result. So I've tested this against some high-end smartphones with very good, very powerful cameras like the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, Vivo 200U, they're all really high-end phones, and I think this offers, it gives them a run for the money. It does offer decent camera performance for a flip phone. It's obviously not as good as those phones, but it does get quite close with the accuracy, color accuracy, and the skin tones and the accuracy of the colors on the plants, for example, outside. I'll show you some shots. I was really impressed with it. You also get loads of different features on it, like action shot, group shot, long exposure, ultra HDR, Panattoni calibration, photo, portrait mode, photo booth. There's literally so much on it that you can do with it, and you can flip around and use it like a camcorder, like this camcorder mode, which is really, really cool. You've got 4K 120 slow motion, same as the iPhone, which is nice to have, and it's nice to see that in a flagship Motorola phone at last, because we've not had it in a flagship Motorola phone before. So the cameras on it are literally are a beast. They're as good as the, if not better than the 60 Pro Motorola that I tried out. I was very impressed with. And you get Dolby Vision support, recording 4K 120, 4K 60, lots of different features on it, and it all runs really well. So if you record in 4K 120 for a long time, the phone does get quite hot, as I mentioned, that Snapdragon CPU, but that doesn't really matter because it cools down pretty fast. So I didn't have any problems with it overheating. It just felt like it was getting warm. So now we've done the camera, let's have a look at my final thoughts and would I buy this phone, and what other phones are there available in the market. One question to ask is, Samsung are going to bring out the Flip 7 soon. Would I wait for the Flip 7? So you could wait for the Flip 7. There's rumours it's going to be powered by Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's going to have the same storage speed. It's going to be a very, very similar phone, similar screen size, and very similar IP rating. So you could wait for the Flip 7, but I think the Flip 7 will probably be more expensive. It will probably have different colour options, probably might be more suited to your taste if you're not into Motorola's Panattoni colours or the variety of different fashion accessories that they include with this, like that little mini handbag and stuff like that. So if you don't want that kind of style phone, then the Flip 7 might be a good one to wait for. But if you're in the market for a flip phone right now, you love a quirky phone, really good phone. Motorola UI is one of the best Android experiences I've tried. I have to say it's fun, well calibrated, well made, intuitive. It's got Motorola AI on it, which is actually quite good. It's separate to Google AI, and it's their own version of AI. I think it's the best version of phone AI I've used, and it actually works. I'll show you some demos on the phone, wouldn't be using it, but you can ask it questions, tell you about your day. It's very similar to Samsung's AI, I think, actually, in a way, which is actually useful. So in my mind, Samsung's AI and this AI are the two best AIs I've seen on an Android phone so far. Obviously, Google Gemini is great, but this is just a bit different, nice to have as an optional extra. I did find the Wi-Fi was really fast on it as well, rock solid Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 6E, and it's got really fast 5G and everything like that. So you're gonna, this is a top of the range flagship flip phone. So please do consider it. Check it out on Motorola's website, and if you're in the market for a flip phone, I would highly recommend this Motorola RAZR 60 Ultra. It's really, really good. Thank you for watching. Please drop me a comment down below. Would you buy this phone? Let me know if you're interested in it and why, and also would you consider buying it over the Flip 7 coming out soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.